I'm going to be honest with you about something that took me way too long to figure out. There was a period in my life where I was doing everything right. Being kind, being agreeable, showing up for people. And somehow, the more I did, the less people seemed to value me. They'd cancel plans last minute, talk over me, ask for favors without saying thank you. And I kept thinking, what am I doing wrong? Because from where I was standing, I was being a good person. But good person and respected person are not the same thing. And nobody ever told me that. Here's what I figured out. Respect isn't something people give you because you're nice. It's something your behavior either earns or quietly destroys. And most of us are destroying it without realizing it. Here's how. Reason 1. You over-explain yourself. I used to justify everything, every decision, every boundary, every time I said no. I thought explaining myself made me seem reasonable. What it actually did was signal that I needed their approval to feel okay about my own choices. Psychologists call this approval-seeking behavior. And the moment someone senses you need their validation, your value in their eyes drops. Because people respect those who are settled in themselves, not those who are constantly seeking permission to exist. So I stopped explaining. I started saying no without a paragraph attached to it. I started making decisions and standing behind them quietly. And something shifted. People stopped questioning me because I stopped inviting the questions. Reason 2. You're always available. This one hurt to admit. I used to pride myself on being reliable. Always there. Always answering. Always ready. But psychology tells us something uncomfortable. Scarcity creates value. When you are endlessly available, you communicate that your time has a cost. And things with no cost get treated like they have no value. I started letting calls go to voicemail, letting messages sit. Not because I was playing games, but because I genuinely started filling my time with things that mattered to me. And the people who used to take me for granted started treating my attention like something worth earning. Reason 3. You tolerate what you said you wouldn't. Here's the thing about respect. It's built on consistency. When you tell someone what you will and won't accept, and then you accept it anyway, their brain registers something important. Your words don't mean anything. Psychologists call this behavioral credibility. And once it's gone, it's incredibly hard to rebuild. I used to let things slide to keep the peace. I told myself I was being mature. What I was actually doing was training people to ignore my limits. The fix isn't to become aggressive. It's to become consistent. Mean what you say. Follow through quietly. Every single time. Reason 4. You make yourself too easy to read. I used to share everything, every feeling, every plan, every insecurity. I thought openness built connection. And it does, with the right people. But indiscriminate openness to everyone does something else. It removes your depth. People lose interest in what they've already fully figured out. Psychology research on social perception shows that people are consistently more drawn to those who maintain a little mystery. Not coldness, not games. Just the quiet understanding that not everyone deserves access to every part of you. I started being more selective about what I shared and with whom, and people started leaning in instead of tuning out. Reason 5. You react instead of responding. This one is the deepest one, and the hardest to fix. When someone disrespects you, says something dismissive, cancels on you for the 3rd time, what do? If you react immediately, emotionally, loudly, you hand them something. You show them exactly how to affect you. And people, consciously or not, lose respect for what they can easily destabilize. Viktor Frankl wrote about the space between stimulus and response. That space is where your power lives. I started pausing. Not because I didn't care, because I cared enough about myself to respond from a place of intention rather than wound. And people felt it. The dynamic changed without a single confrontation. Here's the truth. Losing respect isn't usually dramatic. It's not one big moment. It's 100 small ones, where you signaled that your boundaries were flexible, your time was free, your emotions were available for anyone to trigger, and your approval was something you were quietly begging for. Respect is rebuilt the same way it's lost. Slowly, through consistent behavior that says, I know my value even when you don't. You don't have to become cold. You don't have to become someone else. You just have to stop shrinking to make other people comfortable. The moment you stop doing that, everything changes.